Merry Christmas everybody, it's December, so you know what that means. It is officially Christmas time. So today, I'm hitting you with the top 10 gifts to get your stoner friends. Speaking of stoner gifts, if you're not following my Instagram and TikTok, then you won't know about the advent calendar series that we've got going on right now. In that red one that you can see back there, every day a brand new edible, and the stocking, well, I don't know what's going to be in that. My missus put it together, but so far, we've had some pretty cool stuff. This is a raw, hands-free smoker that you can just put your joint in. Oh, the flavours, without any hands. What a fucking win. Perfect for if you're editing, gaming, typing, bashing one out, whatever you want to do, you can smoke and do it at the same time. That wasn't even on the list, but I'm going to have to give it an honourable mention. I haven't got a link for it, but if you just go and search for raw hands-free smoker, it should come up. It's fucking sick. I've used it loads since I got it. So if you know someone that loves to have a Tommy tank and a smoke all at the same time, maybe this is the gift you should get them. Next up on my list, I have something that I use daily, something that I keep on my desk, something that I take with me when I travel, and that is the raw Munchies Box. It's exactly what you can imagine it is. It is just a big storage tin. However, on the top, it has a tray on it that you can see there has been used a fair few times. This is my daily tray now. Inside, as you can see, I've got all of my stuff. So, ooh, sweeties. Well, as we've got it open, it'd be rude to not eat at least one, wouldn't it? God, couldn't leave you guys hanging like that. Let me know. Have you guys been opening any edible advent calendars this year? I know a couple of you have got them. I know I've personally got them. Cheers. Up the dag planks. As I was saying before my fat ass got distracted by the sweets, this here, the tray, it does come off so you can just store stuff inside. As you can see, I've got all my bits in there. I just think it's really, really helpful for things like keeping your desk tidy, keeping everything together. If you just want to pick it up and go to our homies, you can just pick it up and go, you know what I mean? You've got somewhere to roll everywhere. It's elite. I use it daily, and you can pick them up for like 20, 25 quid. Item number 2 is something, again, that I use daily. Pretty much everything on this list is stuff that I use because, well, I know it's good. I know I use it. I know it's helpful. So I thought, fuck it. Let me let you guys know what I'm on, so maybe you can go and pick some of this stuff up for Christmas. With that being said, I am talking about the raw Phoenix lighter. Now, Josh Kesselman cannot sit still for a hot fucking minute, and he's already working on version 2, maybe even 3 of this bad boy, but this is, as you can see there, prototype 1. If you're just looking at this and thinking, deals, obviously I'm a stoner, I have lighters. Do you have a lighter like this? One with a built-in poker? Look, if you're like me, you're losing pokers all the time, so having one on the lighter without having to take the middle of a clipper out, absolute win. Not only does it have that built-in poker that's very helpful, but if you're one of my homies that smokes outside, and we all know the wind can get to your J's, tax half your joint, or even just stop you lighting that bitch entirely, this has a wind shield on it as well. All refillable, perfect for rolling up, lighting up, anything you need to do. This is my go-to lighter for pretty much everything now. That doesn't mean the clipper collection's being abandoned though. I still love you. In fact, I got something to stick inside of you. I'm talking about another clipper, obviously. Anyone that thought I was going to say my dick, you need to get checked out. This clipper is fucking class. I got this in day 2 of the advent calendar. If you can't see, it says arse and grass. Yeah, I love this one. Sick clipper, getting added straight to the collection. I feel like a clipper stand deserves to make this video as an honourable mention. I've had mine for ages. I've in fact got 2 of this exact same ones. However, they are quite hard to come by. I got mine on eBay, which is why they didn't officially make this list, because not every single one of you is going to be able to go out and buy one. But if you are a clipper collector like me, this one ran me like £30 on eBay, or there was a head shop I went to in Southampton that was selling them for like 12 quid. Before I forget, if you're wondering how much the raw Phoenix lighter goes for, I think it goes for around £8 to £10. This next piece of kit is something you guys would have seen in a lot of my videos. You would have seen me using it all the time, and actually one of the most simple things and cheapest things on this list. That is an X stand. All it is 2 pieces of plastic like this that slot together to create a stand for your paper. One of the worst things to happen when you're rolling up is going to pick that paper up and it all just falling out at the end. This X stand just gets rid of that problem, because to pick it up, all you have to do is keep the paper in there to start with, but just slide it to the end and pick it up from here. Then you can just get to rolling straight away. You haven't got to fucking re-pick your weed up. You haven't got to do any of that bullshit. For the sake of £6, this thing, absolute lifesaver. I use it multiple times a day. Not like that thing that your mum keeps in her top drawer that she uses multiple times a day though. This is different. This is just something innocent. This one is for my dabbers out there. Guys, you know what it's like when you're using one of these tools and you're trying to scrape off all your material into the bucket, into the puff coat. It just sometimes you're not getting all that off. How do we deal with that? Hot knives. A hot knife is probably the best investment I've ever made into dabbing. If you don't know what a hot knife is, it is just another dab tool like this one. You scrape your extract up with it, but instead of having to try and scrape it off the sides and get it all off, you just press the button and it heats and slides itself off. Now this is the Puffco version. These are a little bit more spenny. They go for like 50, 60 quid a pop. Most other brands' hot knives come in at around the 40 to 60 mark anyway, but if you're one of my stoners that's bowling on a budget, don't you worry, you can still get a hot knife. This one here, the crossing hot knife that I've put on screen, was like 15 to 20 pound when I bought it, and it worked perfectly. I lost mine, otherwise I would still be using it. That's the only reason I got a replacement. I feel like a hot knife is something every dabber has to have in their arsenal. It just makes everything so much easier, saves cleaning them dab tools, and saves wasting your material, most importantly. This one should be obvious. I love it. You guys love it. That's right, we're talking about bongs and dab rigs. I feel like a new piece for Christmas is the ultimate way to just have the best day. You get a new piece to rip, you got a little 3-5 stashed away for Christmas, you give that shit a big fat hit before a Christmas dinner. You're blessed. That's an absolute day to be alive. And the great thing about glass is they come in all different shapes, sizes, price ranges, anything you can imagine. There's a piece of glass for everyone. You can pick up a piece anywhere from like 30 quid, to be honest. And I know what you're thinking, I could get an acrylic one for 10. You could, but acrylic just ain't the play. I would always recommend getting glass. It hits better, tastes better, you can clean it properly. Just glass is the way to go, man. If you are gifting someone some glass this Christmas and you think, ooh, I've got a spare tenner in the budget for them because I really love them, then go ahead and pick them up some 99% ISO as well, because this shit is needed for cleaning your glass. Shall we? Cheers, everybody. If you're wondering, Dills, why didn't you rip that properly on camera? Don't worry, I'm just testing something out. Next video, we'll be getting to it properly. I'm just trying to find ways to get these videos in front of more of you guys so we can get a bigger sesh going and all smoke together. Next on the list is one of the most important things on here, okay? If you're going to get anything on this list, I'd probably recommend this the most. And it is a box of connoisseur papers. Now, it doesn't matter what brand you like, whether you like Elements, OCBs, Raw, anything. Just do yourself a favour, okay? Go and buy yourself a box of papers. Not a packet, not 2 packets, not even 5 packets. A box of papers. Because I'll tell you what, I get a box for Christmas each year and it runs me a good while. It saves me going to Boss Man every day. In fact, I only ran out of my box the other day. Obviously, I've bought more in between, but you know what I mean. The box lasts a long old time. Next up on the list is an alternative for papers. This is for my backward smokers, my blunt tokers, all my people that enjoy hemp wraps. Now, you can get all kinds of different hemp wraps, flavoured ones, unflavoured ones. You can get something like this. This one is a Cali Cone CBD infused hemp wrap. And all you do is pack it. This one's a cone. You can get ones you can roll yourself as well. Personally, I'm not really into hemp wraps like this. My favourite brand of wraps, if I'm going to go for like a tobacco alternative, because you guys know I don't smoke tobaccos. However, I did try and roll that backward once, and it was kind of pain. Like, it actually was just kind of peng. And I've really been fancying rolling a backwood up recently, so I said to the homie when we link, let's get some woods. Let's roll one up, and hey, who knows, maybe I'll make a video out of that. But if I'm just using wrap, if I'm using a hemp wrap, I want some thicker smoke, my go-to is King Palms. Now look, they do all sorts of flavours. These are a collab with the game, the rapper. These are red velvet flavour. Yesterday we smoked a margarita one. This one actually banged. It just added a little bit of strawberry to it. I didn't mind it. But personally, I prefer the King Palm tips. Now these are sick if you're looking for that blunt wrap experience, that thicker smoke, that heavier hit. Personally, I just like papers. Like, papers to me, they're just normal, they're go-to, you can get through them. But sometimes I do still want that flavour. I do still want that something extra. So you can just buy King Palm tips that you just use as a normal roach. And then this is the sick part. Oh, they're not open, but when you want to release the flavour, you just squeeze and pop it. Now that bitch tastes like whatever flavour you brought. These ones, watermelon. I'm not even going to cap with you all right now. I feel like either that bong ribs really fucked me up, or them eddies are hitting already. Now hear me out. I don't know if this is true. This could be science. It could just be me. Let me know in the comments if you feel like this as well. When it comes to eddies, right? If I took eddies, say 100 milligrams at 10 in the morning, and then I took another 100 milligrams at like 3 PM after they had worn off, that second dose of 100 milligrams would hit me way harder. And I don't know if it's because THC is already in my system or what, but I feel like that second lot of 100 mil will just hit like a motherfucker. Like that hits like 250 maybe. Next up on the list, I have got storage jars. This is a raw storage jar. That's just because I'm a raw fanboy. You could get any storage jar. Just make sure that they have a really good seal. You want them to be airtight because if you're keeping your bud in here, you want to keep it pristine. You can throw like, this one fits, you could probably get 2 zips in here. I think this is like the 16-ounce one, but get whatever size you want. If you're only picking up halves at a time, you obviously don't need one this big. But any glass mason jar, any glass airtight like storage container, I feel like makes a good, like not only a good display piece because you can see your weed. Look, bro, if you've got some nice purple weed with some hues of red and shit, it's getting me bricked up. If you've got some good looking nugs, you're gonna want to see them motherfuckers, or at least I do. So I keep my shit in glass. It keeps it fresh, keeps it air safe. If you've got a good tight, I can't even English right now, I'm cooked. You get what I'm saying. You can get them anywhere. You can pick them up in Tesco's. Glass storage jars, best things for bud in my opinion. This one is for my stoners that like to travel. You like to step out the yard. You like to smoke on the go. This is a Herb Guard storage box. Now, you don't have to get a Herb Guard one. There's loads of them out there. However, this one, tried and tested by yours truly, sick. It has a combination lock on it, so you can lock the box and no motherfuckers can get in. And then on the inside, you've got yourself a nice tray on top. Again, this is what I'm rolling on if I'm out and about. It's so helpful. Up here's a zip. Shit, up here's a zip. In here, I keep my papers, my dab tool, anything I don't want to go missing. And then down here, we've got the storage. What have I got in here right now? Some doob tubes, some cotton buds for the dabs. Usually, I've got a couple of jars in here. My Puffco this side. It's just sick for on the way, on the go. And it's smell proof. Now for this next one, you might think, whoa, I'm not a trapper. I'm not slinging 3.5s like Dodgy Dave down the road. But a set of scales do just come in helpful for everything. They come in handy to check you're not getting bumped. You pick up that 3.5 and it's a 3.2. Maybe you want to text that man back. Maybe you don't, but maybe you do. For weighing out joints, for conserving bud, if you're on a fucking budget, if you pick up a half at the start of the week and you've got to make that bitch last all week, you can weigh out them grams to the dot and know you've got some smoke for tomorrow. I just find scales always come in handy for me. I'm always using these ones, as you can see. And last but not least, something you guys see in almost every single video of mine, and that is the raw hat with poker. I know not everybody is a cap wearer, so raw do beanies as well. I'm not sure if them ones come with pokers, but the caps do. I have these in all sorts of colours. I'm pretty sure I have all of them now. I think they're sick. You see me wearing them all the time. They have a poker in them that you can just, well, it's always on your head. So if you haven't got the lighter I showed you earlier, then you're chilling. But not only that, they've got a little stash spot in it as well. I don't know what you could keep in there without looking like you've got a big lump on your head, but maybe you could get like a gram in there if you're on like a tight budget. I know they're not going to be for everybody, but personally, I think they are sick. Guys, that is going to be the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you get anything on this list, then make sure to let me know down below. And make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok. I'll leave them both somewhere to see what we get in every day of our advent calendar. All 24 days I'm going to open with you guys. That's the one the missus has put together for me, the edible one, and I've even got a Pokemon one that's on the go. So if you want to see them, go and drop me a follow. I'll see you in the next one. Stay blessed, stay blazed, and Merry Christmas.